Hey there, Sart here. Not too much going on this week content-wise. The only thing that's really worth covering is this bond between Pirate and Sea Dragon event, which is used to upgrade Neovision Faris with her silver crowns. It is a Final Fantasy V exclusive event, so you can only bring units from that entry in the series. And you should get 4, if you do all 4 levels, you should get 4 Master's Crowns for Neovision Faris. And I'll just show you what these Master Crowns are used for. As you can see, I've already done it, but I haven't upgraded her yet, so I wanted to wait until this video to do that. So we've got this Unleashed Evocation, and you can see it upgrades the area effects for these 3 damage types. So when you summon Leviathan, it increases the water, physical and water magic damage. It puts up that amplification field. If you summon Golem, it'll do an earth amp field, and if you summon Ramuh, it will do a lightning amp field. And if you fully awaken it, those amps go all the way up to 40%, which is pretty nice. Could be useful in some future event. So I definitely think it's worth doing, and I'll go ahead and just awaken them here so you can see it will automatically choose the silver crowns once you acquire them. All right, so it won't use your regular gold crowns that can be used on anybody. All right, so that is upgraded that now, and you know I could go all the way up to 40% on that. We'll just go ahead and do that. Okay, and we'll go ahead and awaken these guys up. So it's 4 crowns total. It's the only crown ability that she gets. But it could be useful. Otherwise, you know, she's not really doing anything special. She got a few other upgrades, like her LB mod got boosted. She got some static mag, but it doesn't save her. You know, she's not going to be doing wildly amazing damage or anything for the team, but those amp fields could be useful in the future. All right, she is on this team. She's the only Neovision base unit on this team. She's absolutely not needed, but I brought her just because, you know, she's on my bonus team. I didn't want to have to switch her out, so I will be using her. She does not need to be EX3. She can be EX0, and that is fine. This strategy will still work. ExDeath is really the MVP here. He is the new Meteor user in the Meteor family. You know, he's following in the footsteps of Golbez and Awakened Onion Knight. The only difference with him is that he has really high mag. He gets like 2,000 static mag, which is really, really nice, but his MP passes are dreadful. So he's hard to gear for MP, but he gets really high mag. Like when I put all my best gear on him, he's got like 11,000 mag. Really, really crazy. But he's very, very hard to build for MP, and thus doesn't have much room for killers. So that's sort of the drawback. I still think Golbez is probably one of the more flexible of the 3 Meteor users, just because he caps mag and MP fairly easily. But yeah, ExDeath will still probably see quite a bit of use, especially in like Dark Visions content and things like that. Now for this clear, ExDeath is going to be doing the lion's share of the damage. I did tune him down quite a bit because I didn't want to just go in and FTKO this thing. You know, just in case your ExDeath is not nearly as strong and you find you're struggling to kill it on the first turn, I wanted to sort of replicate like a 2-turn strategy for this one. All right, and so here's what we're going to do. We've got Gilgamesh. He's going to be our breaker. He'll also do some chains. Faris is there to do some chaining. Bartz is, of course, there to imbue with wind. ExDeath is there to drop meteors, and Galuf is there as our provoke unit, as well as to do some chaining. Okay, so Gilgamesh here. He is, you can ignore the gear, honestly. I just put all the Genji gear on him just for the memes. I thought it'd be fun. You just need to make sure he's EX+1 so that he can use his Brave Shift for the breaks. All right, Faris is here. You know, I just put some fairly budget gear on her. She doesn't even really need all this gear. But, you know, if you want to build her to do a little bit of damage, you can. Give her some mag. Give her some Esper damage because she'll use her LB on turn 2 to finish the fight. And yeah, like I said, she doesn't need a Brave Shift form at all. So, you know, I'm not even going to bother to show you the gear there. Bart's just wearing his STMR. All right, nothing really going on there. He's just there to do the imbues and some amps. ExDeath, you can see like I said, I've purposefully left some gear off because I wanted to kind of tune him down a little bit so he wasn't doing as much damage. Even with this build, if he rolls really high on the damage variance, he will kill on turn 1. But I'm hoping that he won't kill it outright on turn 1 so that I can show you what a 2-turn strategy looks like. Jester's Claymore there is the sort of new budget two-handed weapon for these meteor users. It's really, really great because they can all wield swords. So Jester's Claymore there is really nice because it's a two-handed sword. You can get it for free from Item World. You can upgrade it so that it has 190 mag on it. And then I just ran it through Item World and put nothing but MP on it. All right, gave him his TMR there. And then you can see I've got the materia slots just filled with MP in here. And even then, we still haven't capped his MP. It's still 50% shy of the 400% cap. This guy is just super hard to cap his MP. And as you guys know, MP is what gives the meteor all of its power, right? And now if I had the Dazzling Demoness card on him, that would cap his MP because it comes with all that passive MP on it. But I'm using Oliveira's card as the budget option. You can buy this in the Perma VC shop, and it is the budget option for all of these meteor users if you're using any of them, so definitely go get that. But yeah, otherwise I tuned him way down in case you only have like an EX1 ExDeath or something like that. All right, so this should replicate a similar build to an EX1 ExDeath for you. Okay. Oh, and just to show you, so his killers, so he does come with 200% killers to 4 races: Beast, Avian, Aquatic, and Human. And so if you're going up against those bosses, ExDeath is going to be sort of the one to go for, because then all you have to do is slap one of the Espers with the corresponding killers on him, and he's innately capped. And then you can just focus on the MP. Outside of those 4 races, it's gonna be kind of tough to, you know, both max out his MP and his killers, because as you saw, like, all those materia slots are filled, right? And so trying to find the killers for him against any other races besides those 4, that's going to be tricky, and that's just one of the drawbacks that ExDeath has. All right. Galuf is just our evade provoke unit, so give him evade provoke gear, Aranya's ring, so that he can chain Eroga with he's going to chain that with Faris. All right, that's why I gave him the tetrasulfid Esper. All right, so yeah, he just needs to be 100% provoke and 100% evasion, and he's good to go. All right, so let's get in here. I hope I don't kill it on turn 1. I'd like to show you guys a 2-turn clear instead of a FTKO, but we'll see how we do. All right, so this boss is an Aquan. All right, so that's why I went Aquatic Killers, put Koku Ryu on ExDeath. So we'll start off, Gilgamesh is just going to break the boss, and then imperil it with Genji Blade. All right, ExDeath will go ahead and get his Meteor ready. Faris is going to do her grandest ability, Arrow Cannon, which does a quad Chaos Wave Awakened Wind Chain. And then we will quad Eroga with Galuf. Bartz will shift, make sure he starts in normal so that he gets the full LB gauge, and then he can use his Brave Shifted LB to imbue everyone with light and do a mag buff for ExDeath. Okay. Now the nice thing about a quad Chaos Wave Awaken chain is that it's really long and really slow, and so we can actually start the chainers at the same time as Meteor, and all the Meteors will fall within the chain. Now if you're not super fast on your finger clicks, you can go ahead and start ExDeath first if you want, but you can start them all at the same time, and it'll all fall into the same chain in one time. Should be a 66 hit chain total if everything falls in line. All right, so let's go ahead and do it. Love it when the chain breaks. That was awesome. Okay, well, I was not expecting that, but hey, let's figure this out, right? Okay, so, Bartz will do Blessed Wind Crystal now, all right? If your Faris is not EX2 or 3, Warrior of Dawn Galuf can do Bonds of Fortitude, which is basically just an entrust ability, all right, and it will entrust his LB gauge over to Faris. Okay, Gilgamesh is now going to come back to normal form. He's going to triple Wind Slash. All right, ExDeath is going to triple. Oh wait, where did it go? Oh, there it is. Arrow spell. All right. And it's actually a pretty strong magic chaining skill. All right, so it actually does some decent damage. Now I was not expecting that chain to break. Usually we're closer to like 20% HP on this point, and we can finish the fight. We might not, which would actually be okay. I'd be fine to see sort of what happens if it takes longer than 2 turns. All right, so we'll send Bart's. All right, and then we'll start Faris, and then we'll start the chains here. All right. Nice. All right. So at this point, if obviously if you used Galuf to entrust your Faris, you wouldn't have any abilities here, but that's fine. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna have him. We're just gonna have him guard. All right. Oh, let's just do that, or do his physical cover. Yeah, he didn't even need it. It was a fixed attack anyways. All right, cool. All right, so we can actually it was use an item, one of the missions. It was not. So let's just go ahead and elixir on ExDeath. And we'll just have him drop another meteor. Galuf and Faris can go ahead and chain it up again, because Faris can use that quad chaining skill 6 times. All right, so we'll start ExDeath. Getting it mixed up already. There we go. Hopefully the chain doesn't break this time. There you go. Okay, I don't know why the chain broke on that first time, but anyways, now you've seen what 3 turns looks like, in case it takes you a little bit longer. All right, so yeah, not too shabby. This boss is very non-threatening, and like you saw, there is no items mission, so you can just keep using elixirs on your ExDeath all you want to take care of this boss, easy peasy. All right, so hopefully this was helpful to you guys. Like I said, not much going on this week. Maybe I'll do another cow clear. I'm not sure. I do have an idea for another dark dragon clear that I'm going to try working on this week. I would like to get Esther in there to see if she could clear it, but we'll see how that goes. If you have any suggestions for anything you'd like to see, feel free to leave comments or suggestions in the comments below, and I will certainly take those into consideration. Thank you guys so much for following me, and I will see you on the other side.